Hey everyone, welcome back to Optimize Evony. The Evony did another update, new event today, a lot of the same stuff, but I will go through some of it and let you know what's new. So I don't know if I actually still have the event announcements. These I did it a little bit later than I normally do, but yeah. So we're on the Easter preview event. Um, Normal stuff, King's Party. There is a castle for this cake. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. Call of the Reborn event. This is, yeah, we'll look into that as well. Trial Knights is back. Historic General Summoning, that's for Aurelian. We'll take a look at that general as well. That is the same way. You'll basically be guaranteed to get him within 6 summons. And then treasure hunt, not great. And witches are here. So in addition to that, unfortunately, they have released, as we all knew that they would, they have released a new Civ set. You can look at their, we can look at the actual attributes here. Looks like they're kind of trying to mix siege and range attributes. So the bracers, so like the ring here is going to be range troop and siege machine attack, siege machine defense, enemy siege HP, and march size. Uh, Key thing here though is that if you're using it for siege, this does not have a siege range bonus here. So that's you're not going to want to use this for siege in my opinion. It's not going to do particularly well against siege because everyone else's siege will have higher range than yours, and so they'll be able to attack your siege before your siege will be able to attack. So, not I would not recommend this set, at least these bracers for your siege gen. And then here's the weapon. Of course, we have range troop and siege machine attack, HP for both of them, and then enemy range troop defense. So not super great, in my opinion. It's kind of a weird set trying to pair those two, uh, range and siege. Like while they are two very popular attacking modes, they have very specific things that they need. Like siege definitely needs that siege range, so it's not particularly useful. Maybe some of the pieces will be useful for having like a two set bonus along with the Abbas and Han sets as well, or something. But we'll have to see as more stuff comes out. We'll Let me jump here. If we can see the set bonuses real quick for the new set. So it's range troop and siege defense and HP 20 or 15% when you have two of them. March size capacity, and then this one is basically all of the siege and range attributes by 12%. And then if you own it, you get siege and range troop attributes by 10%. So still good, of course, but I am curious how this is going to be really useful to most people because most people already have pretty good archer sets and pretty good siege sets. So I don't this might not be a particularly useful Civ gear, and I would recommend if you're buying Civ gear for the first time, maybe look at some of the other sets. This set is going to be useful, but it's not going to be as useful as some of the existing sets. So yeah, then we can hop back and look at Aurelian. Whoops, wrong one. So Aurelian is a new ground general, 40% ground troop attack and ground troop and mount troop HP by 35% when it's leading the army to attack. And then the ascensions are actually pretty good here in comparison to a lot of the other ground generals, but not something I would, it's not, I mean, I'm not going to change ground generals at this point. And then all of this stuff is pretty standard except for the second skill. As as with a couple of other generals, they kind of nerfed it by adding a debuff skill to the second specialty. So not a huge fan of that. You're losing out on an extra 10% attack and maybe even a march size increase there. So yeah, not a big fan of that. But I also, of course, we don't really know who he pairs with or anything like that at this point. One of the things is you might actually still need him for the general hall because they keep expanding that. So now they're up to however many rows this is, and I expect them to kind of keep going on that. So uh, it's still kind of worth picking up, but if you already have a really well built uh, ground general, I would not say that this is a requirement that you switch to this new guy. So then the other thing, let's take a look quickly into here. There's this new thing called the server raffle. So basically, you can join the raffle by, of course, buying packages, and then if you win, you get these 5 million gems, and then also a conquest civ scroll. So, and this package purchase is basically 20 bucks. So it's not, I mean, unless you win with 20 bucks, which you probably won't, there's three winners. So uh, you're probably not going to be winning with 20 bucks. So you're probably going to need more than that. And so uh, well, although you can only buy it once during the event, I'm just seeing that now. So uh, I guess I don't know. I think this is maybe just your server kind of thing. And then if you don't win one of the top three prizes, which get these, you'll get one of these participation awards. I mean, that would be pretty bad if you spent all that money and got like 2.5 million of a resource or something like that, or 100 research stones, which no one really needs anymore. I mean, the legendary subordinate city would be good, but yeah. Uh, I mean, best of luck if you want to try and do this. I think that it's only with your server, but they don't really tell. So I not something I would be spending my money on. Um, in addition to that, uh, there is a new uh, wheel. Of course, there's a new wheel. This one is called the Wheel of Past Secret. It basically they give you a chance to get the marching dagger, some marching monarch gear, uh, refined stones. That's not even really a good reward anymore. And then this one's the big reward, which is a random level 10 blazon with three of the attributes already specified. So, and all of those are going to be the same. So, and this is, I believe, just random. So it's good, but you still are going to have to get what you want for the last attribute there. So this is basically like the astrolabe wheel, and I don't think that it's worth it at all. You get one spin for free every day. Otherwise, you have to buy these packages, and I don't think it's worth it. So I would not really recommend doing that. Um, but if you are going to do it, do remember to use Aptoide to get up to 25% off. Otherwise, you are overpaying. In addition, okay, there's another decoration thing. So we'll check out that. Trial of Knights, real quick before we go on to a little bit more interesting things. Let's see who you can redeem here. You can do it. They basically went back to ground generals. So Elise, if you have Elise that's not fully ascended, or Scipio, uh, or this general is actually really good for mount HP. So if you're looking for more mount HP on your wall gen, this is actually a really good general to pick up. I think his base skill gives you 40%, and then specialties give you even more than that. And then Lysander is the mount rally cap gen. Um, it doesn't pair with a lot of people, unfortunately, unless you happen to have picked Martinus for your main Mount General. then you can use Lysander, but I don't know of too many other ones that pair with him. So unless you've already chosen Lysander as your main, not super useful. So that's pretty similar there. Um, One of the new things that I'm a little bit annoyed at is that they, of course, have added another one of these champion things. So that give more buffs, but you have to, click on it every day, and it's not super exciting. It's again just pay for buffs here. But let's look at the what the buffs you actually can get from this are to see whether it's worth it for you. So basically, the first one, and this will follow basically the same leveling scheme as before, but the first one is in city ground and mount troop, defense, and HP. So that's a really good skill actually. So you can get a max of 6, but I'm pretty sure that's 60%. In city ground troop and mount troop defense and HP. So that's really good at the high levels. Then enemy range troop and siege machine HP. Siege machine HP is a little bit tricky to debuff, so that's kind of huge there as well. And then again, enemy range troop and siege machine defense debuff here as well. And then in city ground troop attack. So honestly, all of these are pretty useful, uh, but it is just really annoying that they keep adding these. Um, I think it's I think it's probably because the massive coiners have already maxed their other champions, and so they're looking to spend more money. So if you are looking to spend your money, you basically have to purchase this package. Otherwise, you do get up to 10 free every day from monsters. This will take you quite a while to get this for free, which is unfortunate because that basically means that you aren't able to interact with it once per day, and so you'll be a couple levels behind even someone who's just doing it for free. Uh, but if they unlocked it today, you're going to be multiple levels behind when you're actually going to unlock it for free. So I'm kind of annoyed by that, but yeah, I mean, what can you do, honestly? But let's look at the decoration here. So there's a new castle decoration here, and they're for defense again, primarily defense. So in city ground troop and mount troop defense, and mount troop attack are the main things, and then healing speed 10% if you just own it. And then this one's basically the same thing, but HP, and then ground troop attack, and then also healing speed. So uh, they're an okay castle, but I had nothing to write home for me. And then it looks like this one has in-city siege machine HP by 5% and all troops load for 5%. So not huge buffs there again. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not super excited about this event. I mean, the bosses are fine and whatnot, but the fact that they added the new champion and the castle's not super good, and they added the new Civ gear set. I'm not a huge fan of the Civ gear set, and it they just basically have just proven that they're just not gonna stop releasing Civ gear, which I mean, it's just dumb. I hopefully at least if they're going to keep releasing Civ gear, the only thing that I want from them then is if you're going to do that, then at least allow you to get more and more of these. Oh, that's interesting actually. So, that's actually something that I didn't notice before. It looks like they have actually added more gear to what you can get from a conquest scroll that you get from the wheel in between events or things like that. So now you can get up to the hand set, which is great. This is a really, really good siege set. I really like it. And now I can redeem some of these, which is great. You can also get this one was available last time. So it looks like maybe what they're doing is they're just adding one more set each time that a new set of gear releases. They basically have like a rolling set of ones that you can only get from the cake, and then the rest of them you can get from the conquest and supremacy boxes that you can get from the other events. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully they continue doing that. It seemed like they kind of were stuck for a while at one of these two. But if they're gonna keep doing that, at least that gives you some cheaper way to get the gear, since we know the gear is so important. Gives you a lot of buffs. So, but yeah, that's all I've really had for you guys today. There are It does look like there's going to be an alliance competition, so get ready for that. But yeah, that's kind of all the new stuff. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.